Sammy's Weekend. 3 days filled with electrifying performances at Progress Park in St. Andrew. It all begins Thursday, July 21st with the sweet renditions of Groovy and the Brian Griffith Groovy Semis. Then on Friday the 22nd, it's the Dr. Trevor Friday Soca Semis as 31 artists continue their quest to dethrone the reigning Soca monarch Boise. Starting time on both nights, 8 p.m. Then on Sunday, July 24th from 5 p.m. The Steel Cutting Lyrics takes the forefront and the Melody Puppeted Calypso Semis.
Take pleasure.
Admission $40 for each of the 3 events. Come out in your numbers to witness your favorite artists as they continue their journey to the big stage. For more information, check out www.spicemasquerade.com or live stream and flow. So get your packages early. It's Sammy's Weekend. Progress Park in St. Andrew. Spice Mass 2022. It's gonna be steamy. The Spice Mass Corporation presents Sammy's Weekend. 3 days filled with electrifying performances at Progress Park in St. Andrew. It all begins Thursday, July 21st with the sweet renditions of Groovy and the Brian Griffith Groovy Semis. Then on Friday the 22nd, it's the Dr. Trevor Friday Soca Semis as 31 artists continue their quest to dethrone the reigning Soca monarch Boise. Starting time on both nights, 8 p.m. Then on Sunday, July 24th from 5 p.m. The Steel Cutting Lyrics takes the forefront and the Melody Puppeted Calypso Semis.
Take pleasure.
Admission $40 for each of the 3 events. Come out in your numbers to witness your favorite artists as they continue their journey to the big stage. For more information, check out www.spicemasquerade.com or live stream and flow. So get your packages early. It's Sammy's Weekend. Progress Park in St. Andrew. Spice Mass 2022. It's gonna be steamy.
From G-Town come to live. I come to live. I come to rock back. I come to kick it.
And we're back on the Inside Talk about a beautiful Friday on the Rock. Good morning, everybody. That's right, rocking back and kicking it with Power 95. If you're just joining us, welcome aboard. Good morning, Jackie. Good morning, Saucy.
I come to rock back.
Molly, everybody rock on, come in on the live. And don't forget to hit the share button, right? We'll be chit-chatting with the chairman of Spice Mass for a couple minutes. To see where we're at.
Life. Live a little, live a little, live a little. Big life.
As the countdown is officially on.
Live a little, live a little, live a little. Big life. High life. Live a little, live a little, live a little. Big life. High life. Living it, living it.
So, well, he's already in his African way. Emancipation Week. I didn't know how he supports that. Definitely a love of the culture and big on that. So, I guess we are a little bit behind. We're missing out on that part. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you?
Morning, Aruna. Happy African Way Day.
Yes, so you have on your shirt and you're ready for the action already?
Ready for the action as we celebrate Emancipation Day, which is Monday.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, on Monday is a holiday. So we are doing the African Way Day on the last working day before the holiday, and we endeavor to make it an annual event.
Mm-hmm.
This issue of African Way Day is sort of big throughout the region. I mean, Trinidad and so Barbados, St. Lucia, and so they're already into it. So we sort of catching up. So I know that this year persons have called and they say, listen, we don't have no African wear in our wardrobe, but that wouldn't catch us out next year, please God. So we are initiating the effort,
Mm-hmm.
and it's only the first year that we are calling on Grenadians with the African Day on the last working day before Emancipation Day. So hopefully next year God's will be bigger and better. But we are starting the African Wedding Initiative in this year.
That would be fantastic. The same way we promote Colors Day for Independence.
Definitely.
And everybody wears the colors on that Friday. It would be nice to have us in our African wear, and see how creative people can get, even with the head wraps, just authentic African wear. That would be a very nice sight to see, folks walking around.
Bring out the Afrocentricity in us, and also to pay homage to our ancestral traditions. And of course, we being of African descent, bringing out, in no small measure, our African culture. That
would be fantastic. So we just need to promote it in advance, just how we're promoting, We've been promoting the Queen Show and Kitty's Carnival tomorrow, and the Soca Monarch, and the Panorama, and the Calypso, and Cambole. We definitely looking forward to promoting it, as a separate vibe. But that'll be a good look indeed. So we are here. We're back. We're done one event. We've done one. We're finished with one event. The Queen Show. I had the opportunity to chit chat with you a little bit on the night of the event, and one of the things that we spoke about was how packed the venue was, and maybe thinking it's time for us to find a home, another space, another place. What are your thoughts? What was your thoughts on Queen Show this year?
Well, Majestic Wednesday was simply majestic. Allow me to first of all congratulate Lexon and the team of the Queen Show Committee for executing a wonderful event. And it was a massive success. Just for persons who are listening, the Queen Show venue was moved to the Spice Basket since 2017. So what we've done is to keep the venue, and we moved, of course, the Queen Show a week earlier. And that, we believe, with the promotions and so on, put on by Power and other media houses, we were able to seriously get persons interested and the support. I know that a lot of work was done with the girls in terms of preparing them for the night. And of course, there is tremendous room for improvement. We recognize that. But I must say heartfelt congratulations to all of the participants. They are all, and truly, they are all winners. They are all queens in their own rights. And just for the records, I mean, just a few months ago that we knew we'd have had Carnival in 2022.
Mm-hmm.
And, the Carnival Queen Committee, they worked overnight over the last 3 months to, first of all, find the ladies to contest, to train them as best as they could, to have the event on Wednesday. So really and truly, I have seen some of the criticisms with regards to the quality of the answers in the question and answer session and so on. But it's a work in progress. And from the time that we knew that we would have had Spice Mass and indeed Queen Show, I think that the Queen Show Committee did a fantastic job to have the quality of production that we had on Wednesday last.
The production was amazing, and like I said that yesterday, I really can't score them nothing but high marks for the production from the start. It was on time, 8 o'clock. Season now it's time for national anthem, and after that it was just a smooth flow. There was no lull, there was no break, no long drawn out periods. It was just show just kept moving and going on. As a matter of fact, it almost ended before 12. Just got a little slower when we got down to the wire, the announcement of the winner, but we could have finished by 12. So
Definitely.
it was well.
It was excellent production package within 4 hours. And just to say that I've seen some of the recommendations that came in from viewers and patrons alike. And one of the things is that some persons are saying, well, time to go back to the National Stadium. But I say to them, no, we just can't say let's go back to the stadium. We have to understand that, one, in the stadium, we would definitely not have the same ambience and the same sort of environment that we had at the Spice Basket. And indeed, when I saw how beautiful you were, I don't know the cost of your outfit, but we certainly don't want the ladies to be going in the grass and in the mud with that sort of an outfit. And also to persons have to appreciate that the stadium is now designed for mass events like the Soca Monarch and the Children's Carnival Frolic. So there would not be that sort of intimacy that you will have with the patrons and the queens and so on if you were to simply say, let's go in the stadium. In my respectful view, the stadium is not a Carnival Queen venue. I know that in St. Lucia this year they did it in the Royalton. So that if we can move the venue to a nice ballroom, I think, and bring us. So we have to decide what we want with the Queen Show, whether we want to have a nice, classy event, which I think we ought to. It is the part of our carnival that brings out the Eurocentric values of our traditions, in a sense. And if we say we want to have a nice, classy event like what we had on Wednesday last, I don't think the stadium, respectfully, is the best venue for it. Admittedly, we'll probably need to get a bigger venue. But I would like to see a venue of class, really, and that we maintain the Queen Show as a real classy event and so on and so forth.
So I think we have to make a call now for having a theater for the arts, something like
definitely.
Moon Cultural Center, have something where we can have events like this,
definitely.
A home for the arts.
In some countries, you will have a room like this would be cut up into smaller theaters during the year. because not every time you'll have a massive event like that, like the Queen Show. So you have smaller theaters within a bigger theater setting that we can use. But persons have to realize that we definitely have our limitations with regards to venues in Grenada, and as such, the search for proper venues is always an issue for serious cultural activities. And just to say, add to that, Aruna, is that the vision, we never lost sight of the vision, is that if we can have parish pageants that would feed into the national pageants, so that you would have a carnival queen for every parish being chosen out of the fact that they won the
Yes.
parish competition. So that too would afford them an opportunity to get used to the stage and build their confidence and so on. All
I
of the
think
queens that were there on Wednesday, that's the first time before such an audience. You
yeah.
can practice as much as you want
You want.
in the,
There's,
in the, the privacy of your room or with your trainers and so on. But
when
when
you
you
get
reach
on stage,
the
it's a
top,
different ball game.
exactly,
It's a different
it's
ball game.
exactly. So we have to save a thought for that sort of experience. So the
We used to
Calypsonians and
do that
the
back in the
artists,
day. We used to do that back in the day when St. Andrew had the Queen Show. Different
definitely.
towns had the Queen Show, and that
In
person
the 80s
represented
and
the
so on,
band.
all the parishes used to have a queen show.
Yes,
And then so that queen then would have gone on to represent the parish. So they've had some
on national
practice.
level.
To the sportsmen and women, we always talk about match practice. So too, for the queens and for the Calypsonians and so on, you need match practice. That's one of the reasons why the SMC and the Calypsonians will push so hard to ensure that before judging night, the Calypsonians would have had a dress rehearsal sort of before the audience, so that on judging night they would have already been on stage. These things are critical when it comes to the performing arts, in terms of ensuring that the persons who are participating, who are competing, they do have some sort of stage experience, so that when they get to the big night, the confidence level is where it's supposed to be. But
Are
all
they
in all, I thought it was a wonderful event. Hats off to the Carnival, the Queen Show Committee, to the SMC, and the CEO, Mr. Jacob, for executing a wonderful event on Wednesday night.
question? Are the carnival committees in the different parishes, are they still active? Because I remember back in the day that used to be a
Most
thing.
of them are. We have done some work to get them back and reactivated, but you have to appreciate that the Carnival committees, again, it's based on volunteerism. And then sometimes you have migration, sometimes also step out and step down. But we do have some really good and strong CDCs in the parishes, but we also have weak ones as well. So that must be an ongoing work, and hopefully we can have all of them fully activated come 2023. But yes, there is some semblance of parish committees in every parish. Some are more active than others.
So I think after carnival, is that something we should
The
work
work
on?
continues, and that's why I say to persons, you want to have a conversation about Carnival in July and August? No.
No, no.
Carnival conversation is year round. You put structures in September and October, and by the time you reach in August, then you can start to address some of the issues. But you can't do everything in Carnival in 2 3 months.
2 weeks.
That is why you need a permanent organization to work with Carnival year round.
Because those CDCs would come in very handy, in making sure they're responsible for having the parish queen shows, so that we can have young ladies who already have the experience, got some sort of
Definitely have some
exposure, so
experience,
they know
yes.
what to be prepared for, and not just be thrown out like deer in the headlights and on stage, and not sure what's going on, even though they would practice for
And
weeks.
I was just listening to you, and you did a fantastic job with our queens. Even some of them, when they came to your studio, it's the first time they've been to a radio station studio.
Mhm,
You
mhm,
know, their voices have been heard across the world. It's a novelty for them. It's not like they do it every day as you do. So if there even experiences like that, we have to understand.
so we have a lot of work to do. So I'm here.
Yeah, the
We're
work
gonna make it
continues. The work
happen.
continues.
So we're through with the Queen. Congratulations, Queen George. And now we are moving on with the Children's Carnival Frolic tomorrow. Speak to us on that and have
Yeah,
preparations
the
and what.
Chinook Carnival Frolic is a big event for us. And tomorrow we'll have pan competition. We'll have the parade of the traditional and fancy mass bands, and then we have calypso competition. So we have 8 calypsonians on show tomorrow. We have about 6 steel bands, and we have the traditional and fancy mass bands. And also, too, we want to incorporate some fun items the bouncing castle and face painting and so on with the kids. We want the kids to have fun for 2 years, 3 years, the kids, with the quarantine, with the COVID and so on. So my instructions basically to the Kiddies Carnival committee and to the operational people is that let the kids have fun, and I want to encourage the parents to bring the kids out. We spoke about how difficult the quarantine and all of the COVID restrictions was for us. Could you imagine for
Imagine the
these young
children.
people? You know what I mean? So I think it's an excellent opportunity to really get the kids to come out, release their energies and so on. Get to play with their friends, and just have fun. So, we want to encourage all of the parents and so on to take the kids out to Children Carnival Frolic tomorrow at the National Stadium.
Sounds fantastic. Someone here has a question. They say, ask Mr. Gill if it's possible to move the Sokamona Carnival Sunday, if that's something they'll give thought to,
That,
since
that,
the calypso from that night.
No, no, that has been given a lot of thoughts and a lot of analysis, and I don't think it is the best idea. Basically, that's why we haven't done it. I say to you that is one of the fiercest discussion I've had with my old friend Dr. Trevor Friday over 20 years ago. He suggested that originally, and I told him no. And then look, I am, in a position that he was in many years ago. One of the considerations with regards to moving the Soca Monarch to the Sunday night, let's analyze it from the standpoint of the artists themselves who are competing. Now you have the artists singing right throughout the season, and on Saturday nights you have all these big fets where the artists have an opportunity to earn in the white, in the this, in the that, on the Saturday and Wednesday nights and so on. Now, it's in particular the Saturday night. Now, how would you want them to hold their voice for the Sunday to compete in a Sokamona competition? Right? It will put them at a serious disadvantage with regards to earnings. They might have to devote their Saturday night work, their Friday night work, and so on to hold the quality of their voice for the Sunday competition. So, from an artist standpoint, we don't think that is the best thing. As now, you have the Soca Monarch on a Friday night so that they are free to perform on the Saturday and Sunday, wherever they are, they could perform hosts, they could lip sync in those shows, they could do whatever they want. But they have already competed on the Wednesday night, and they would have got,
And it's
the
it's
competition
sort of a
out.
lot of pressure too, because you're focused on being at these gigs and then focused on
That's
having
the
to
point. So
organize
the
to make
artist
sure everything is
standpoint is not probably the best thing.
reasonable.
Now, secondly, also too, we're looking at the energies of the Soca Monarch going into the Juve, and you look at the alcohol consumption and so on a Sunday night, transferring right into a Juve and so on. It's like, wow, is it not too much maybe for patrons and masqueraders and revelers and so on, that sometimes you need a little bit of tapering of the energies and moving the energies? So that we want to be careful with what we unleash on the streets Juve morning in a real sense. We know the Soca Monarch vibes, we know the Soca Monarch energy, and so. And surveying throughout the region, I don't know of any other island that has really tested out the Soca Monarch on the night before Juve.
And
You see,
Carriacou
so
did.
that, huh?
Carriacou,
Yeah, well, I mean, we
a
talking about
small.
big carnivals. Yeah, so that really and truly, it's a bit of a challenge, one for the artist and for the patrons that like to do it. Now, with regards to also the venues for the Calypso and the Soca Monarch, for years you've had to sort of find a sort of compromise as the way you put the stage in the stadium to facilitate both the Soca and the Calypso. In other words, the Soca Monarch needs more space, the Calypso Monarch less space.
Less
So
space.
that you have to effect a compromise with that. Now, with the Calypso finals in Progress Park, we have this stage station for to accommodate a more calypso size audience, and we don't have to stress. So that this year the capacity of our Soca Monarch event will be a bit more, because we're able to do more in that sort of in the Soca Monarch space, so to speak. So all these considerations and all this analysis that we have to look at in terms of how we do the venue and stuff as well, to accommodate both Soca and Calypso. Because you would have find that in the past years, the Calypso crowd was really consumed in a way at the Calypso Monarch night. And the Calypsonians will say to you when they go on that stage, they're not seeing anybody.
Nothing
A lot of
anybody.
persons
Like
are
it's
way in the
just
stands
chairs.
around the bars and so on. We'll have a small crowd in front of the stage, but really and truly, it's a different atmosphere than the Soca Monarch night. So we have to analyze all of these issues and come to the conclusion. So I don't think, respectfully, that we can move the Soca Monarch from the Wednesday to the Sunday as yet. Maybe it's something that we continue to consider and play with, but as of now, I'm not seeing it as the most prudent move for our carnival.
Makes sense. Right? Some things you can change and play around with other things. You just have to, you know,
Yes, and analysis continues. As I say to persons, you never stop thinking.
nothing's written in stone.
Yeah, you never, because for instance, Aruna, if you follow the carnivals in the region, St. Lucia, for instance, all of the major shows are held the weekend before, so that on
Free up this week. Mhm.
the carnival weekend per se, all they have is private fetes. The Calypso Monarch, the Rimajua, the Soca Monarch is held a weekend before. It's like they're having it this weekend and carnival is next weekend. So that's the St. Lucia model. Let's see how they go. Let's see how they, so that islands are always juggling to see who can put on the biggest fete. And I dare say that, the Spice Mass model thus far is an excellent model. And I respectfully submit that we're probably only second to Trinidad, a close second if we're not tied with them in terms of our own
I
model.
agree.
The Trinidadians, for instance, they have one song competition for the Calypso Monarch. One song. And nobody accuses them of killing the culture. All we have done in Grenada is move it to the Thursday night, but we have two songs. We have kept that tradition. So that, you have to give a little, sometimes take a little, you have to tweak
You
the
have to
thing a
be
little bit,
flexible,
you
because
know.
at the same time you keep it on the Sunday, and the same people complaining that you're killing the culture, they're not
I tell you,
present.
then just
Not
complain,
even
Aruna, they ain't going.
you're not
I
there.
never see them there.
You know? So the
You
lip
know,
service, and you're not even supporting, you're not even
you're
participating, you're
not
not
coming
even
to the
there.
Calypso.
Stadium
So I
is
hope that they go
empty.
to the Calypso Thursday in Drove as they went to the Queen show. Now, if support the Calypsonians, and I believe that the Calypso on a Thursday night. Thus far, we are pleased with the pace in which the Calypso tickets are being gobbled up. We are opening the box offices and so on. And from now, it looks good, but of course, we can do some increase of sales. We'd love to announce that on Thursday, Calypso Monarch show sold
Sold
out.
out.
So it is for us to support the initiatives.
You have to. Anything else before we go?
Well, it's to once again encourage persons to support the events. Also, to let me make a plug for next week, Tuesday night, Kaiso Bats. They are crowning for the very first time the Inos Calypso
Using an in-house calypso
crown,
competition.
which I believe is
Nice.
an excellent
It's an
initiative
excellent
again.
idea.
Excellent. So
Other
that
man,
on Monday after Monday, we have a full week next week. Calypso in Grenville with the judge in their own in-house crown. Then we have on Wednesday the prefect on Wednesday. Then we have Calypso Monarch on Thursday, Soca Monarch, Groove Monarch on Friday,
Friday.
Fantastic Saturday on Saturday, Canbuli Sunday and Juve and the list goes on. So allow me to make a plug for the Kaiso bars next Tuesday, I believe. And that's an excellent initiative. Persons coming into the island will get an opportunity to go to the Deluxe Cinema to witness, Calypsonians that you would not necessarily see on the Calypso final stage. So that we have a packed agenda for Spice Mass. Spice Mass has never been better.
Listen,
The return.
and this definitely the return. You mean the flights are full, they're coming in fast and furious. So I think we're ready from today onward
It's the
every
real
day.
mashup, Aruna. The real mashup has begun. And play me that song. Play me that song before. That's all I ask. The real mashup. I really love that Lava Killer.
Yeah, the
I
lava
think they have a
killer
young gentleman
combination.
there with them. That's a tune. The real mashup. And we have some and persons who were saying 2 weeks ago that they didn't find no tune. I find we are real tune this
We
year.
have a lot of songs.
I
I don't
found we are real
understand
good
how
soca
saying
music.
they're not hearing
And
songs. I don't know what you're listening to.
and I agree with you, Aruna. One day you had a nice little commentary on regards to the predominance in which our music should be played. We are not saying that we shouldn't play other songs on different islands. Not at all. Let's play the Vinci. Let's play the Vinci soca. Let's play the Bajan soca. I've heard in Vinci Mass. I've heard North Grenadian soca, from Jello to Killer to Vaughn to Lava, you just name it. If it's
Can't leave them out.
sections, play
Can't leave
our
them out.
music. I heard Bajan music on the streets last night and this morning. The Warsways, the Killer, you name it. This is being played here. So that we ought not to consider our fellow Caribbean artists as outsiders, because our artists go to all of these different markets as well.
Carnivals as well.
But I agree with you. It's Grenada Carnival and we should elevate our own music. But I believe there is no harm, there is no disrespect. It's only love when we play music from the other islands as well.
Fantastic.
But the real mashup, Aruna.
Real mashup.
Oh, that's a beautiful. That's a
energy between those two. Oh my gosh, it's gonna do a lot of damage. I can see
the problem. You put Soca Mona on a Sunday, and you had to go into Juve with that
sort of energy.
Some go make it, some people go make it.
Oh, some folks do not make it at all.
So you have to temper the energy Juve morning, and we will speak more about the Juve morning. We are tweaking the idea of, I have to speak with Commissioner to see if we can get a little earlier start for the Juve morning. Already know that the sun rises on Juve morning at 5:36 a.m. So that in the twilight we could probably look at a 4:30 start.
The sun rising.
All the analysis goes in, Aruna. All the analysis, not one stone left unturned, as much as we can,
I like that.
You have to check the sunrise, the sunset, we're checking the weather and everything to see what sort of arrangements we can make.
I like that. Fantastic. Well, thank you so very much. Of course, we're going to check in again next week, and we can focus more on the
Thank you so much for having me, and the real mashup. Spice Mass, the return, the real mashup. Master at the entrance. Morning, boys. How you doing?
Listen, let me start with you on Boys here. I realize
Boys. I love him. I love him so much.
We'll see you again. Have a good one. All right.
Have a good day. Thank you so much.
Always a good sport. Back on Friday. Listen, I'm not taking your bait at all this morning. Good morning, Jayla. Okay, Boys. Hey guys, we're going to chat you again next week, and I'm sure he's going to be back to bring us up to speed with where we are, and of course what we're looking forward to again. He's been a regular fixture on the program, telling us all about what's happening from a Spice Mass Corporation side with all the activities. Remember, it's all about the Children's Carnival Frolic tomorrow, Carnival Regatta, that is on as well. So shout out to folks on the Sister Isle, and also shout out to all the parents and guardians who are bringing little ones out to enjoy the Children's Carnival Frolic tomorrow. Alrighty, so thanks so much for powering up. Don't forget, tomorrow it's all about the sound of culture. We've got a solid cast. Hope you guys will join us for that. Let me see if I can quickly tell you who will be on the inside. We'll have Mr. Golden from Carriacou. Vaughn will be here. Little Jella will be here. Tara the Governor. Tony Sparkman Electrify. Pinky Fabulous. They will be here tomorrow. Radio you can watch. Power 95. So I'll see you guys then. All right. So then, stay powered up. More still to come.
Mass Corporation presents Semis Weekend. 3 days filled with electrifying performances at Progress Park in St. Andrew. It all begins Thursday, July 21st with the sweet renditions of Groovy and the Brian Griffith Groovy Semis. Then on Friday the 22nd, it's the Dr. Trevor Friday Soca Semis as 31 artists continue their quest to dethrone the reigning Soca monarch Boise. Starting time on both nights, 8 p.m. Then on Sunday, July 24th from 5 p.m. The Steel Cutting Lyrics takes the forefront and the Melody Puppeted Calypso Semis. Admission $40 for each of the 3 events. Come out in your numbers to witness your favorite artists as they continue their journey to the big stage. For more information, check out www.spicemassgrenada.com or live stream and flow. So get your packages early. It's Sammy's Weekend. Progress Park in St. Andrew. Spice Mass 2022. It's gonna be steamy.